everyone, Dr. T here, and I hope everyone is well and safe during these tumultuous times. It's funny, I wanted to talk to you about things that many of you as clients, pet parents, may not understand that goes on in a vet practice, and I'm just going to use our story as part of that. Is what many of you don't know is that prior to COVID-19, the business was involved in a lot of issues. Shortly after Christmas, 2 of my key technicians left with medical leave. We're in April now. One still hasn't returned. The other one returned last month at limited hours, doing duties that weren't in the job description of why she existed at the practice. And then is now off again. So you can imagine that was basically half my workforce was gone. And during that time, we were shorthanded. So then that hits, and now we're in COVID-19. But being retrospective about it, it really brought to light the term appreciation for team members. There was always one key player that was always there, and it really makes me reflect on the key factors, what makes a key player, what makes a great employee. Number one is they show up. They continue to show up. In this particular case, this key employee was just returning from maternity leave. So picture this scenario. On maternity leave, coming back with the expectation of initially going down to part-time hours, but because of the situation, thrown into full-time hours plus overtime. Willingly wanting to do this. I shouldn't say wanting, willingly doing this for the business. Which brings up my second point, is that a key employee at a time of crisis will say, "How can I help?" And those literally were the exact words out of this employee's mouth. And so you can imagine, you have a young child at home that you want to be with. You want to spend your time there, but you're at the business trying to make it work, given the situation you're in. Our best things in life, the growth, the best things that can happen through a business always come out of not being in your comfort zone. So you'll see those life gurus out there saying, always get out of your comfort zone. Well, immediately you're thrown into that scenario given the crisis that we were going through. And this person just took it on board. And what I mean by out of comfort zone is they clearly state that they don't feel they're a good teacher. They don't feel they're capable of teaching and knowing everything to teach. And yet they're thrown into teaching new employees how to do things. When it comes down to the vet world, a technician, the top technicians monitor anesthesia really well. Well, yeah, she was experienced a little bit in it, but out of her comfort zone. But guess what? We needed someone to monitor anesthesia. The doctor's always there to back up, but that stress level of being there is, I think it's amazing. It's important to have a little bit of that just to make sure everything goes right and keep you on your toes. But to be forced into that scenario is something that you really have to give kudos to. Continually doing things like that, and you have the business's back, and that to me personally is huge. Knowing that someone has your back without you asking to have your back is something that I think only a few places can honestly say they have that. So to me, those are the traits that make a wonderful employee. And her name is Emily. And the beauty is she's not on social media, so she's not going to see this. I'm going to give her a copy of this, but she's not going to see this. She's had my back for years. She literally says, "How can I help?" She has a small young child named Jeremy that she wants to spend more time with, and was limited doing that because she was working overtime. She is anxious about anesthesia, anxious about performing dentals, yet is doing that for me because of the need, and is not very comfortable teaching, and yet is doing that, and has become the go-to person at the practice. So for those of you who have an Emily, you know what I'm saying, you understand exactly where I'm coming from. So thank you so much. And I don't want this to overshadow the individuals at my business that are working hard and doing well, ranging from any relief vets I have, ranging from the relief technicians I have, ranging from other key members of admin and CSR and technical. Thank you so much, especially during this time, because now we're into a completely different scenario. We don't know what each other looks like, so we're all gowned and masked and everything, but that's the way it is. So I just wanted to put that out there as a thank you, retrospective thank you, and the key traits I see in a great employee. And remember, everyone, love your pet like they love you, unconditionally. Have a great day. And for those of you working on the front lines, thank you.